There's the incinerator. I guess it's still around, actually. I almost wonder if you can just drive over there. You want to go on an adventure?
Yeah, always.
Let's just risk shit. That doesn't look good. Doesn't look like a good start.
Just drive straight up it.
Oh, that's all rain too, so this is pointless. Never mind. Fuck it. If I go that way, it's gonna be rain anyway. So I should just risk it at the original rain. Goodbye, adventure. I say nay.
Practicality reigns.
This vehicle's getting rusty.
Adds character. I like me a trashy looking car. Like it just adds character.
Oop. All these coastal bros mistaking tetanus for personality.
What? What's that from?
It's not. And here's how I die. See if I can replicate what I did last time. Fuck you! Just don't catch me, please. I would prefer it if you didn't catch me. I'm just trying to go for a leisurely drive. Why can't we all be friends and get along?
Why can't you leave me alive?
Why can't we be friends? Why can't you fuck off? Leave me alone. I got shit to do. I have a day job. I don't got time for this.
That's a good song, Keith. It's very relatable.
Very relatable, which is how you get famous on the internet. Make relatable webcomics. Oh, shit. I think I made it. I think we're just good. The best I can guess is that maybe when I get stopped in my tracks instantly and can't move in a way that looks kind of like really artificial and weird, maybe I'm crashing directly into the invisible thing so they instantly catch me. Whereas maybe otherwise they have to like catch me by like having the little invisible hand monsters try to chase me. That might be what's going on. But I'm not really sure. And also I'm running out of battery. But I brought 3 PCCs for this exact purpose, so fuck it. This thing's hauling ass. They did a good job making those guys have a creepy sound.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know why they make that sound, but it's a good one.
It's very jarring. It's like shrill and unnatural. It's a good combination. I always think about like the effort that goes into like crafting a specific noise.
There it is. It's the generator. No. Wow.
Whoa. That was it didn't even roll. It like
Wow.
dead stop. Dead stop.
I was so close. I'm like, there's no way I could stop. Momentum alone will keep me going. And then it just there's momentum. What are you talking about? Who do you think you are, momentum?
Momentum says, fuck you.
Yeah, I'll fix that up. Look at my head! I just look like this now. Norman.
Play the whole rest of the game like that.
Patience is a virtue, I guess. Listen, we gotta wait like 20 seconds, Norman. Get over yourself.
Now, considering like what it's creating, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's like magic.
Shut up. There we go. It wouldn't just wouldn't take me to this menu. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Just making sure that everything in my vehicle is for him. I think it is. I was making sure I didn't have any parts for this other guy. I just gotta figure out how to get up here to my post box that I made with my bare hands. My device hands. Alright, construction materials, go! There's a rock clipping through that. There's the other generator that I tried to reach.
Oh, yeah, there's a rock clipping. I was like, what are you talking about?
Did we just reinitiate Rainville? Oh, it's another rain zone.
There's like a small gap between them.
Oh god, it's like a decent chunk of it, isn't it? Oh, I'm already like in the middle of it a little bit. Fuck. Fuck y'all! Oh, right, this transition screen. It's weird that it's always slightly weird that it stops you so dead in your tracks.
And then, like, it like freeze frames everything except for BB. I think the implication is that he's going really fast.
No! Same place. Cool. Cool! No, I love it. I love it. This is my favorite part of the game. Nope. Nope. Oh, come on. Alright.
I do like watching this though.
It looks really cool.
It looks super cool.
This is not necessarily the most like it was cooler when during the initial shock of it all, when I didn't know what it was, and it's like, oh god, and like we were in like the wind farm forest, and I finally got caught after successfully evading like 6 times, and like the consequences were so much more dire than either of us were really ready for.
Yeah, yeah.
But now it's just like, oh, it's like this guy I ran away from. All right, see you later, buddy. Neener, neener, neener. I'm out of your territory. And then it's over, and you're like, this is a weird gameplay mechanic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm not really sure. I'm questioning what they were going for a little bit now. It reminds me a little bit of No Man's Sky, where in the original version of No Man's Sky that most people didn't like,
Otter.
those of the community that did decide they liked it for like the Zen exploration part mostly. We're just kind of passively wandering around and looking at stuff and not really necessarily being actively challenged to, or really playing a game with like goals and structure to it, but more so just kind of enjoying the weird infinite world of it all.
Well, that
and it's like, and like all the combat and threats and survival mechanics basically just actively got in the way of that, and so people almost wanted to mod those out. And I feel like some of the appeal for the long term for people might be to just hang out and play and just do the delivery trips all day. And that the BT rain might just actively be this annoying barrier to the people that want to just kind of zone out playing this game. Because I'm definitely kind of at the point where I'm like, I don't know who the BT encounters are for, because mechanically there's not really anything going on, right?
Yeah, but I feel like maybe they felt like it wouldn't be
It's not like a video game enough.
Video game, yeah, if you didn't have some sort of combat.
And definitely a jarring thing is always like any situation where you have like forced cutscenes that freeze the game and have a dead stop and everything, and like the rain has a weird thing where it has a warning. First you get a warning slowdown as you enter a rainy zone of any kind, and then you get a freeze frame zoom in on your screen, where BB turns on the thing and detects them. So there's like a 2-stage slowdown freeze frame thing that happens where you get stopped not once but twice by warnings as you enter a rain zone. And I'm like, I don't know if anyone is gonna like that part in particular.
Well, maybe it's like an oversight. Like they created both of those separately, not realizing that they would be happening at the same time.
Oh, that can't be the case. That's like that would be such an oversight. That would like.
Yeah,
like play testing you definitely would notice that, I feel.
You think so? But maybe like Kojima's like, no, it's cinematic. I love it. It sets a tone.
Because every time it happens, there's definitely a sense of like, yeah, I get it. I could deal with like one or the other, but not both.
Do you think is it like trying to hide loading? But I don't know how.
I don't think they're hiding loading for just making the character model show up. That's mostly invisible anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
They can hide the loading behind it being invisible. I don't know. The BTs they sound kind of interesting, but the reality of what actually comes of it is usually, oops, sorry, wind farm. What usually comes of it is just that you throw a bunch of things at its face until it dies, or you just run away for like 20 seconds, and then. Like it's inherently kind of just a minor obstacle that gets between you and what you're trying to do. So people will kind of quickly adopt their favorite strategy for just getting past that and then moving on with their lives, I feel like. I don't know. It's definitely not like Dark Souls or Mega Man or whatever, where it's like, oh yeah, the combat's why I'm here. Like when those can kind of show up, you're like, hey, ugh, go away. And then you like go back to the thing I'm doing. So I guess their primary reason. I feel like the primary reason they would have to exist mechanically in this rule set would be to be a risk to your ability to deliver objects, right?
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's really all they are.
And I guess the issue is that they're most especially nullified in their ability to be a threat when you're in a car. Because when I'm in a car and I get attacked by one of those things, I just hop out of the car and then I just resolve the situation, and all of my cargo is safe because all my vehicles are safe because it's all in. I keep saying all the wrong words. All my cargo is safe because it's all in the car.
Yeah.
And so my cargo is not at risk from the encounter. So then it just becomes kind of a stopgap where I just kind of deal with it. Because like I'm not really at risk either. You're supposed to be, because I think they can eventually defeat you and capture you in Void Out or something. I think a Void Out's a real thing that can happen in this game. But I've just never done it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I want to see one, but obviously I don't want you to do that on purpose.
Yeah, like I'm just being too good at the thing, but I'm not being that good at the thing.
So you can't imagine how anyone could possibly create a Void Out?
I don't know.
It'd be pretty difficult.
Maybe it's the kind of thing where like, when it goes wrong, it can go wrong so fast that it can surprise you. Because supposedly they can just grab me. Like I don't really have a health bar unless you count the blood, but I don't know if I need to be drained of all my blood before I can be voided out. I think I just need to successfully fall victim to like a grapple attack that voids out. But I just run away from the thing because of course I do. So
yeah.
But maybe it can go bad really fast in a way that's not necessarily because you're horrible at the game. But I've just been lucky. Or cowardly enough. Because we had that one fight that went on for like 40 minutes, and it was because I didn't have a weapon, not because the fight was hard. I was like, oh god, I'm stuck in this fight with no weapon. You
just had to wait until your friends threw you some help.
Which, it paid off because it gave me level 3 power armor, but I could have just ran away, I guess. Which is what we did when
those, like lions.
That's what we did when they ambushed us outside the base that one time.
Well, I mean,
we were carrying Mama.
I was gonna say, I don't think you have any other options in that case.
I think I could have just thrown shit at him, but instead I ran because Mama,
yeah. We had important stuff happening.
It wasn't even just Mama; it was dying Mama.
Yeah, important shit.
Damn. You bet your ass.
Oh, you. How dare you, sir?
I'm gonna get my filthy hands all over it. Kabam! You better fully 5-star me. You give me my star.
What? You got 4.
What?
Okay. Alright.
All of the guides are wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well.
What does this mean?
Wait, was that one just yellow?
What was one? It was one yellow?
You got a color. I think it was just yellow.
It was just yellow. I think our first colors were just one color. I didn't want to correct you because I wasn't sure if I was right.
We'll also go look later.
But I think the first colors might have just been regular colors.
Lame.
My robots are doing bad deliveries right now, which is really funny to me.
Well, there is some bad deliveries.
I can have more robots.
You have more mediocrity.
You know what this means, right? I gotta max out my reputation with that other place that the other guy said was,
maybe you
was
get 5 robots.
Yeah, maybe all these guys are just shitty and incomplete, even though this game's been out for months and they should have this shit figured out by now.
Yeah.
But every place I've checked. And yeah, you bet your ass I'm looking up where rewards are. People are like, you're looking things up? Because it's like, otherwise we'll just be aimlessly doing deliveries for anybody for hours. I'd probably just not do the robots at all if I didn't have any idea where to go for them. But now I don't have any idea where to go for them because all the information's wrong.
Well, I guess it's just
it's right but also wrong, or I don't know.
Well, just treat everyone really nice, and then eventually you might get another one. Who knows?
Just make everybody love you.
Yes. Who knows? You might get like an otter mask or something.
Yeah.
It just pays to be generally helpful.
What's my star rating? Yeah, so yeah, we're almost there. I might as well just do it.
Well, isn't that... Wait.
That's Benjamin Hancock at the Central place.
Gotcha.
I maxed out the guy at Capital Knot City, and that's when we got the first robot upgrade. But now we have a second robot upgrade, so now I'm confused. I mean, I'll take them.
Yeah.
Because now when we're doing other stuff, it'll just be like, yo, here's 50 more upgrades. And then from here, I'll warp. When I get there, I'll warp back to the other map where the story actually happens, and we'll get back to that.
Order assigned. Delivery parameters updated. Time limit set.
No, this can definitely be the kind of game that you just like play tangentially, like you just are all over the place with it.
Multitasking and just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, just cruising around, looking at the landscape,
I got some
delivering
video
packages.
essays to burn through. Let's deliver packages.
Yeah.
I have 60 minutes to do this for some reason.
I wonder how long, like, what your longest time was. I don't think it was ever even remotely close to 60 minutes.
Not really. One of my longest times ever was actually a case I failed while you weren't here. Because I was trying to build my zip lines while also delivering packages. And there was a package for Hartman I only had 30 minutes to deliver. And I was kind of screwing around and wasting time a little bit trying to do other things too and multitask with other cases. And then when I'm in the middle of climbing up, I think you saw by the geologist there was one zipline in particular that was like on the top of a peak, like it was way the hell up there.
Yes.
So that was obviously hard to climb to. I was in the middle of a thing I was supposed to deliver to Hartman, but it was a side case thing, so it was whatever. And I just kind of stumbled and slammed my head into a wall, and it instantly broke. Completely broke, and I'm like, oh, I guess I just failed the case.
Oh,
It's never happened before.
damn! I'm sad I missed that.
It was just so it was so abrupt because it was just like one mistake fully broke it. And it wasn't even like I didn't even like catastrophically fall off a cliff like I have in the past.
It just
like,
was like one really good fall.
Yeah, I've had some scarier things happen in the past, and that one was just like I kind of stumbled and hit my head, and it was like, you broke the thing, you idiot! How could you do that? I'm like, damn. Sorry. That thing was even more fragile than the beer, apparently.
It's even more fragile than fragile, because it's
Yeah.
not that fragile.
Oh god.
That line will live with me forever.
Forever. These are two separate desire paths.
Yeah, I was like,
Twined like a DNA strand.
ooh.
Ooh. Maybe it's a... No, wait, no, not a DNA strand. An umbilical cord.
Ew.
That's why it's like the spiral where it's like thicker on the right than thicker on the left.
Gross.
It's an umbilical cord, everyone's favorite thing to think about.
Yeah. There's like little like
Look at
flesh
those legs I got.
noodles. Those gross little tubes.
Well, this path made things a lot easier for me. This game's interesting because, like, when you think about it, like, it's not... You can't really argue against any of the criticisms against it, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I find it, like, endearing and likable and weird. But, like, people have all these complaints about it, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
All those things are pretty... Like, it is those things.
I have to give like Kojima credit for making something entirely outlandish. I've never even thought of a game like this existing. It would have been unfathomable to me. And then explaining it to people is really fun.
Yeah. Oh no, I've had some really good times just saying in only slightly obtuse but entirely true ways what various parts of the game are. Oh no, as the rain moved to actively combat me.
There's more beer on the ground.
Oh, way station. Because we still have one chunk of the map I've never discovered yet. So I thought that might have been it. But no.
A chunk of the map?
Yeah. If there's one here. That might be it. That might come up later in the story or something. There's also one... There's also a bigger one that was like Nevada shaped that was next to the cosplayer. And I'm like, I don't know why that one's not filled in. Maybe it'll come in later. Or maybe it's a side place that I missed until now. It's hard to say.
Or maybe it's like a barren wasteland with nothing in it.
Yeah.
It's even remotely redeeming. It is weird how like the map fills in like chunks though. It's almost like individual counties or something.
Hang on, man. No, they're not, are they? No, they're not.
What?
I just had the moment of realization. I'm like, are they all the shapes of states?
Oh no, no, no.
I was like, hang on a minute, no. Because like you'd get me with the East Coast. I would not necessarily immediately nail it at recognizing individual states.
There's only a handful that are like instantly identifiable.
Yeah.
But a lot of the small ones over there are kind of like,
Like, but there's no like Maine or Florida. And like, but I was just having the thought of like that one spot in the back west kind of looked like Nevada. Am I imagining this, or is this a thing? I don't know.
I don't know.
Wow, you're strong.
Wagner. Made record time.
Love me.
Please, please.
No. 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 No.
Yes.
New order.
Give up.
Access delivery terminal for further information.
I've been here long enough. I'm going on with my life. You can't make me. Me and my rusty, weird bucket truck are going home. And by we, I mean me. I'm leaving. I'm teleporting out of here. I assume that happens when I'm with me completely naked and just replacement clothes waiting for me at my destination.
Poor guy.
Oh, I lost a little blood. Blue pacified. Truck repaired. Time to abandon that truck.
Good morning, Sam.
Yeah, trucks are pretty disposable in this game.
Yeah, you just kind of spew them out everywhere. Was there always a second shelf?
Yes. I'm pretty sure.
Point, point, point.
Wait, because that one... Yeah, I think so.
Well, I quickly went from 1 bot to 4 bots. So that's an upgrade. Thanks,
My
Kiki.
dog says hello.
Yeah. Would you like to hear my ears?
She demands a hello. Hello is not in question. It is required.
The hello is implied. And mandatory to continue.
EX grenade number 1.
Well, I figured it was a long time, but I haven't had any monster, I guess. So that's what happens. I'm just dehydrating Sam to death. In a game where you can't drink water, distressingly. Wink wink.
That is distressing. You can drink a beer or a monster.
I don't like how it's called the fragile jump, honestly. That's a little worrying, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess we'll go back to Mountain Knot City. I don't know of anything else I want to do necessarily in the western region besides continue the story. And I think we have to go to Hartman's to continue, and the only way to get to Hartman is to go to Mountain Knot City and then use my zipline network.
Zipline system.
Sam.
In a while? No, it hasn't. You can't trick me.
It's nice you can skip that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you could.
I'm noticing more and more there's things you can skip. I just wish the things you could skip were the more... the less likable things, like... Wow. You did a good job.
You did.
Let me check.
Everything
Not
looks
even a
good.
scratch.
Yeah.
I thought my watch was broken.
Whoa.
Good job, Sam.
You're excellent. You did your job. Period. That's it. You did your job the way you were supposed to.
He's crying. The old crying.
And it's such a dramatic picture.
Everyone cries. So does everyone have dooms except for us?
The whole Dooms thing, it really just fucking confuses me
when
now.
it was established early on, it sounded like it was the Sam thing.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I
then
thought
it sounds
so
like it's
too.
an everyone except for maybe Sam's sister thing.
Yeah.
Good.
Did they ever explain why it's called Dooms?
Is
Is it an acronym?
I'm not sure. Are we gonna get explained at the end? Wow, I'm very popular.
Oh.
Stop it. Stop being popular, Sam. I demand it. Would you like to do some reading?
Sure.
It's a pretty filled in map. We really skipped over a lot of the middle there. In fact, interestingly, we spend the majority of our game in the part of the United States that has the fewest people in it.
Yeah.
Like statistically, that's interesting. We specifically spend as much time as we can away from the beaches. Does that mean anything? No one knows. Sending you likes.
Does any of this mean anything? No one knows.
Ludens are safe. You're the great deliverer, right? I'm sure I am. Yeah, I think the general updates about like how much they like me. Look at all those. Look at those stars. Might as well click on them in case they like add a quest. Oh yeah, you get little likes for opening them. Back to the thing that matters. Likes secrete oxytocin from Die Hardman.
Well, I think your brain secretes oxytocin. I don't think.
Nope, it's the likes.
It doesn't make any sense.
Before the stranding, the whole world was connected. There were networks, social networks we called them.
What's that?
That people used to communicate all the time. They shared all sorts of stuff through them. A random thought, a pretty picture, a home movie, you name it. And if you liked something that someone else had uploaded, you let them know by giving them, well, a like. Sounds weird, I know, but that's the truth. Eventually someone ran tests on users of these networks and discovered that receiving a like triggered a rush of oxytocin. The theory was that it stemmed from a sense of being acknowledged, even though you couldn't see the person you were interacting with. It all still felt like they were accepting you, praising you. And who wouldn't like that? Like that? But the same process is at the heart of the mule phenomenon. It's believed that an overdependence on the rich oxytocin rush provided these kinds of interactions I've misread all of that.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, provided by these kinds of interactions is a factor in porters going rogue. With this in mind, it wouldn't be wrong to characterize mules as oxytocin addicts. In essence, they're social animals at the mercy of validation. Are you actually passing out right now? Are you getting really tired?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, long night. Gonna have to call it, I think, at the end of this episode.
Yeah, sorry guys. I've gotten really good at falling asleep sitting up.
It was New Year's.
Yeah.
So it's a late night for everybody.
And then I ate a bunch of food.
We got an interaction with this guy. That happened slightly. Shit, what was the context for that? Oh, right. I was saying that this thing gets the award for worst name of 2019.
Oh yeah.
There was the stupid thing where there's a game coming out that I can't remember the name of the game because it's not either of the names, but the game takes place in Eternum, the Eternal Island. They made a fictional place called the Eternal Island that features that's called Eternum, and I'm like, this is the worst name I've ever heard.
That is a pretty stupid name.
And then since I said that it was the worst name thing of the year, someone was like, "What? Not Die Hardman?" And then the voice actor for Die Hardman was like, "I hope not," or whatever.
Yeah, like the actual actor commented on one of Keith's posts.
Yeah, I got a kick out of that.
Oh no, he said like certainly not.
Yeah,
or something
certainly
like that.
not.
Certainly not.
Of course not. He wouldn't be the worst one ever.
Die Hardman's kind of a goofy name, but it actually is pretty badass.
It's a lot to take in, man. Dead Man Hartman and Die Hardman. We need to burst through all these characters so we can get to the letters from Mother that are all posthumous now.
Oh no, that's actually really sad.
Oh no.
I'll read this one about BBs because I love BB.
BB.
Dolphins use a sensory mechanism known as echolocation to keep track of both their fellow pod members and any potential prey. As the name suggests, they produce sounds which bounce off objects and return as echoes, allowing them to get an idea of their surroundings. Interesting in and of itself, of course, but what I find far more interesting is the recent research suggesting that BBs use a similar method to detect BTs. As you know, BB pods are designed to mimic the conditions inside the human womb and are key to preserving the BB's connections with this world and the next. Well, recent research now suggests that BBs are capable of producing something not unlike a dolphin's sound waves. These pulses travel through the amniotic fluid and out the other side, bounce off BTs, and return as echoes, allowing a BB to ascertain the location of threats. Pretty cool, right?
What the fuck?
So BB's just like in the pod, like
And that detects BTs? I think I like this better unexplained. What the fuck?
well, but and then BB's in a glass thing, so he can't. You know. Okay.
This doesn't make any sense.
So-
this aggressively doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So the baby giggles basically are what like find
Find
BTs.
ghosts.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
So that's like kind of BS. I mean, I know none of this is real, so it's
No,
fine.
it's
But, like,
aggressively bullshit. Just like the Ammonites have
umbilical cords.
but they're like ghost umbilical cords or something.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't.
Like,
Okay,
one of
sure.
the controversial aspects with people trying to keep orca whales in captivity, it's why you absolutely shouldn't, is that they can't talk to each other because
they're social.
Well, the echolocation bounces off the walls and hits them back, and it hurts them.
Yeah.
So they end up not communicating. They end up like being silent,
That's distressing.
so they can't talk. So in the same way that that's like bad for a human being,
Yeah.
they're so social that really hurts their brains.
I'm always worried about captive animals in general because like I'm aware of how like what's it called? Solitary confinement is like a form of torture.
Wait, that's
for
why
people.
that's why orca whales.
But there's so
freak
many
out.
there's so many forms of like keeping pets that are very or captive animals in like a zoo or so on that are all like variations of solitary confinement. And it's like that better be a very stupid animal. Otherwise this is torture.
I was gonna say
Because there's some animals that like aren't social and they kind of just sit around and live.
as a person who keeps exotic pets, I think about like the intelligence of any animals that one can keep when I decide whether or not it's like ethical to try to keep an animal.
Yeah.
So there's certain animals like I would never keep.
I'm less worried about a spider
Yeah, so I keep like tarantulas and I keep snakes.
than an octopus.
And snakes are like, they're smart, but not in like that type of way. They don't need a lot of interaction they don't care if I'm there to hang out with them. My dog, obviously, would be very upset if I didn't spend every waking moment of my life with her.
No, your dog spends the majority of each recording session in physical contact with one of us.
Yeah, she's very social.
She's usually she'll just lay on my feet.
But like I would never ever, I don't think people should
And she
keep
is.
dolphins in captivity. I don't think people should keep like apes, especially like as pets. Like that drives me crazy. Or people who try to keep even like certain really smart like birds like parrots, or even like some really smart lizards like tegus. You gotta think about like what they need, and if you're not able to provide that, then you shouldn't be keeping them. Most people can't provide that in a naturalistic way. The only zoos I like are the ones where they get all their animals.
It's not even entirely like a matter of just like loving it enough. It's like
via
you
rescue.
need to have like a certain level of like free time and money and space just to deal with like a lot of these creatures. It's not a matter of just like I would do the right thing because I just like it and I have the feelings to like want to like take care of it. It's like, well, yeah, but like a lot of these things, like you physically need the space and money to like have it in a humane way.
I just think back to like Michael Jackson's chimpanzee.
You can't just hug it all away.
Michael Jackson's chimpanzee Bubbles lived like a torturous life because he had all this money and space, but he wanted to treat it like a person, and so he like would dress it up and like it never got to be a
That's
chimp,
distressing.
and it went absolutely crazy. And even now it's in like a rehabilitation center, but it like can't function normally. The poor thing. It's irresponsible.
Kiki's stretching out now. We have to read the one titled Fear
sorry.
as Pleasure.
Ooh, I want to read that one. That sounds right up my alley.
Yeah.
Whether they realize it or not, the people of our fallen nation suffer greatly as a result of the separation and isolation we all must endure. That's why oxytocin supplementation is so vital. However, not all of us require it to survive. In fact, recent studies have shown something very interesting indeed, an increase in the number of people who regard fear not as a stressful experience to be avoided, but as a pleasurable one to be sought out. That makes sense to me. I watch scary movies. I like that.
Yeah.
In humans, the amygdala regulates the emotional responses to fear and pleasure-inducing stimuli. Some scientists theorize that because these contradictory emotions are processed by the same region, we may have the capacity to convert one into the other. Conversely, were the two governed by different parts of the brain, such a transformation would be impossible. an age when threats such as BTs, timefall, and terrorism abound, could the ability to experience fear as pleasure serve as a useful mutation, an adaptation even? I don't see why not. People do
Having
think
my
a
life
lot about
threatened
that.
makes me horny.
No, yeah, I mean...
No.
Sorry. Kiki, stop it.
No. You've gone too far. You've gone too far. She doesn't want to get down.
She likes thinking about fear as pleasure.
She climbed up. I'm like, no. There's cables everywhere.
It's okay, Kiki.
That's what we did.
But
Useful mutation and adaptation even?
well, no, that's like a normal thing. I really like thinking about why people are interested in what they're interested in, and like the kind of like the way that your brain crosses wires.
Yeah.
But that whole like fear and pleasure thing is like they're very much connected. I don't know why he felt like he needed to explain that to us, but that's fine. Just a world building, I guess.
Yeah. The people in this game did experience the normal world, right? Where am I right now? Did I already teleport you to the west area again? Where am I? Where am I? I'm in Mountain Knot City. There we
I
go.
don't know how long it's been since that Death Stranding happened.
I feel like the cast of this game remembers normal life, don't they?
But they don't even know if Europe exists or not.
Yeah. Well, they don't have communication. It's a big ocean.
It's a weird, I don't know, it's kind of a weird situation.
Maybe there's a lot of... I think there might be a lot of rain in the ocean. So maybe you're kind of doomed if you try to take a ship across. Because the BTs would get at your ship and you'd like drift right through a BT minefield. I don't know.
Well, I mean, obviously, like when you're in the river, it doesn't count as timefall anymore. I don't know why. Well, I guess, I don't know, can BTs just hang out above the ocean? Are they like just all up in there?
Yeah, I think they could, maybe. I don't know.
I guess it'd be hard to like steer
Like, I don't
a
think...
ship.
I'm not saying the ocean's rotting your ships, but like I think the act of going across the ocean might involve going through a lot of storms.
Oh, probably,
And
yeah.
that might lead to a lot of BTs, which might lead to it being impossible. Or maybe they just haven't even tried. I don't know. That's the only reference we've had so far to dealing with the concept of the ocean, so I don't even know what to think right now.
They're like, fuck Europe, we don't even care.
They very
Europe is
abruptly...
They're not in.
Yeah, they very abruptly acknowledge Europe for just a moment, and now I'm like, wait. Has anyone tried to go to Europe yet?
Has anyone given Europe a call
I have
recently?
like lore questions now.
What if they're way more advanced? What if they're like,
What if the Death Stranding didn't even happen?
for them, they're just like living
Yeah.
normally?
That was the
Oh, that happened to you guys?
that was the
weird.
plot of 28 Days Later. As it just turned out that the zombie apocalypse only happened in England
Oh,
and the UK.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah, because they find out that like beyond those islands is just there isn't an apocalypse, so they just have to like outlast waiting for all the current zombies to starve that are just there in those islands for a few weeks, and then they can just evacuate because the rest of the world was fine.
That's kind of a funny concept.
Yeah. See you guys next time.
Bye.